Right. So, we completed the prison break last time. At long last, you all got through the portal. Some dragged, some not dragged,
Dragged.
some
Why was she
dragged.
dragged? Did she want to stay behind?
So, from how Farida was played last time, she wanted to be the hero because that is something you said. And Irina was like, everyone's leaving. I'm getting you out before you do something silly. And she dragged you through.
Oh, good.
So, yes, you all got through.
Mm.
So, we begin. Farida,
Yes.
you are dragged through the portal on the other side, followed by Locke, followed by Duke Uran dragging Tharion and Elandra. As you step through the portal, you see Duke Bolt and Lord Lyndon Willows kind of do the Predator style handshake. And what you hear is it's because Lord Willows had just defeated a Skull Lord. He shot him through the eyes with perfect accuracy. Then the smell hits
Wow.
you. It hits all of you. Copper, rust. And as your eyes start to adjust, you see more bodies and you see skulls and a dead storm giant, and you can see that the people on the other side of the portal had multiple things thrown at them. Some a lot tougher than what you faced, and then you hear an ear-piercing scream in the distance, and you know that Queen Nightflame has been bound to this plane. Farida, we'll start with you. As you were dragged through the
Right.
portal, so you of course the thing that you are worried about. You look to see if Anya got through okay, and you see
Yeah.
Anya and Arel are hugging.
Oh.
Jimmy is greeted by his kids. You see Alto zips past you and goes to her sisters with Bea, her lost sister. Just as you take and Locke is beside you in this moment, and then you see Duke Caspian stride over, try to hit on Anya, and she says, "Hell no, you had a thing with my sister, perv." And she clocks him in the jaw. Tharion, you would have seen the clock in the jaw as well.
Okay.
And she says, "No more trying to go through my sisters. What do you want to do?"
Oh, great.
Well, if you remember, at the intro ball, he was after Arena and he'd already previously dated Errol.
Yeah.
So, do you want to go over to your sisters?
I want to go and see them, yeah. I
Yeah.
want to see them big hug.
Locke
Like, sister.
gives your hand a squeeze and says, "I'm going to go check on my sister if that's okay."
Of course.
My sisters. And he shakes his head and he goes towards where there is kind of a huddle of fairies. You see some of them look a bit like Locke, Asta, and Azalea. There's a few of them there. But as you go over to your sisters, Arel and Anya hug you and Irina. Anya looks at
Well,
you both and go, I know it's bad etiquette to punch someone, but can I get away with it?
well, he deserved it. I
Yeah.
mean, he's gone after everyone now. What's Lee's ball?
Well, he hasn't
Like,
gone after you yet, apparently, from what Arel was telling me. You're next.
well, it's only a matter of time, isn't it, really?
And you share a laugh with them. And then we'll move to Tharion. who has been dragged through by Iran and with Elandra beside you. You see um, Lady Lara escorting a familiar face out of the healing tent nearest to you. It seems Earl Stem Buttercup has been revived, brought back to life. You see Duchess Lunaria Anua gives Jimmy a moment with his kids and then kisses him on the cheek and says, I'm glad you're safe. And then Jimmy says, and Farida, you'll hear this as well. I have a crazy story to tell you all. I was a T-Rex. Of course, Tharion, I know who else you'll be looking for. Prince Dalby, after he finishes hugging his sister, introduces his sister to his girlfriend Aurora. And you also clock Lady Isla Chestnut rush to Duke Ran, and she kisses him in front of everyone. She doesn't care. She holds back tears, seeing that he's okay. What do you want to do, Tharion?
Well, it's quite heartwarming to see this. However, I do still have a duty, responsibility, and obligation, and therefore, out of all of the 20 plus people that made it on the mission, I am looking through to see if everybody is safely accounted for. Not just the prisoners, but also those who, went out as well.
There is a few not back yet, but there is only a few of them left to come through. You were a 10 before them. But so there isn't everyone through, so if you want to stay nearby, you can do.
Yes, that's where my head's at right now.
Okay. Elandra will go towards Stem, and you hear a voice in your head. I saw the look between you and Elandra. I knew I was right. Hee hee.
I do not respond.
So you wouldn't have been able to see this, Farida, because this was in his head, but yes. It was someone who he trained quite well. Tharion, when you check your bag, one of the tokens you didn't use was an engagement ring that Lord Willows gave to you.
Yes.
Okay. We will move to after your waiting and pacing, you then see the next lot come through. So Farida, you turn and you see Aspen comes through the portal, spots Errol, and rushes towards her, picking her up and spinning her around.
How romantic.
And she goes, shush you, and blushes a little bit.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else that you're looking for, or are you just enjoying some time with your sisters?
I mean, I'd probably want to talk to Jimmy about his whole T-Rex thing.
Yeah, you go see Jimmy, and Jimmy says,
What is it like to...
it was weird. It was like I was huge and I could do what I wanted to, and it was weird. I felt oddly hungry, but I didn't eat anyone. I was a good boy. And Downham also, he points to Downham and gives him a nod and was like, Downham was also a T-Rex for a bit. It was awesome. And his kids are just listening and smiling.
Yeah. So was it fun to be bigger than everybody else for a change?
It was. And you see him holding hands with Duchess Lunaria Nua.
Mm-hmm. Is that his?
Yeah, that's his.
Yeah.
That's the
I was like,
girl he was after, and she was after him. So
don't mess it up.
I don't intend to, and you don't say it in front of her. And she just giggles.
I know you.
I'm
He's a
not.
good guy.
I'm not the same Jimmy. I'm. He looks at Tharion and says, I'm improved, right? Right, Tharion?
Yes, of course. He's somewhat distracted because I'm still trying to just,
Yeah.
place people and everything.
And you see, as he comes through, Lord Ash comes through the portal and pats you on the shoulder. Long time no see, Tharion.
Lord Ash, a pleasure to remake your acquaintance.
Thank you. I thought I'd be stuck there for a long time. Lord Cedar comes over and they both shake hands. Glad you're finally back with us. It's okay, I know that you guys didn't remember me for a long time until Tharion reached out. And then Eldracus, you step through the portal, dragging the unconscious body of Vitorin. You see the bodies, you smell the bloods. Cassida came through just before you, and you see her hugging her siblings, and in the distance you also see your family in the flesh. What do you want to do? Who do you want to go to first, Eldracus?
First, I want to make sure that Vitorin isn't going to die on me.
One of... Which one was it? It was... What's her name? Lady Lara says to you, if you want, I can make sure that he stays unconscious but is okay. And she gives you a smile.
Thank you. And then I am going to punch Vitorin in the face as hard as I can to break and smush his nose to one side.
Love it.
She gets a couple of she asks Reverend Darnham to carry him through to the healing tent, and she will make sure that he is healed but stays asleep.
Not that. And I'll point to his nose.
Okay.
Hang on, Reverend Darnham says, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you sure it doesn't just end up like this?
Maybe. But no, he has to stay alive. But I want that nose to be there forever.
As that starts to happen then, she says, gentlemen, he needs to face trial tomorrow. Remember this, please. Vitorin, I'm sure there's more important people you need to see. Same with you, Reverend Darnham. Reverend Darnham, you have new siblings to meet. From what I understand.
Eldracus and Cassida were the last two out, yes?
No, it was actually Prince Aster is the last one through. Kogo, yeah, Kogo was just before him.
Right, well, anyway, after smushing his nose, I will stand up and I will walk over to my family. How do they look? And by that I mean, I know they're not all right. Some of them are, have been tortured and they're they are injured and such like that. But when they are together looking at me, what are they? I suppose I want an insight check on them to find out what their perception of me is or their feelings towards me.
Give me an insight check. First roll.
Oh, did you want it in the tower?
Oh no, this is fine. You see, they just see you as their family member. Your mother just kind of like the hand cup of your cheeks and your chin and looks at you and says, "My boy, just so you know, there is no judgment. We remember what happened beforehand, and we're just so glad you're back."
I'm glad you're back.
Your mother hugs you.
I'll hug her back.
Your sister and Daria just nudges you in the side and says, "The girl that you stepped forward through who was helping us, is that your girlfriend?"
I'll just like wince and like narrow my eyes. There's time for that talk later. Let's come here, and I'll reach out and I'll just grab her by the front of whatever clothes that she's wearing, yank her in, and get her in this, like, turn it into like a family hug.
And you all kind of embrace in a big family hug. It's a very heartwarming moment. So next we'll go to Farida. While we're still here, is there anything else you want to do? Anyone else you want to go towards?
I don't think so.
Paradita rushes over to you and gives you a hug. "I'm so glad you're okay."
Oh, me too. Me too.
You
You were amazing in that.
Oh, so are you. You help so many people. Sorry, you go.
They need our help, you know?
Yeah, they
We
did.
can't just let all this happen.
I was thinking about the idea that we had about the princess sleepover thing. I think maybe we do that after the spring spectacular this year, because I think a lot of them aren't, like, there's a lot of new siblings in kingdoms and stuff like that, and I think we're gonna need to get to know all of them before they probably aren't gonna be up for that tonight.
Yeah, well, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Once all this has calmed down, we'll arrange something.
Yeah. He might not be a good idea to do it in mine, because some people can't get to the clouds. And you see that she kind of tries to think of ways to get people there. Nope, can't think of it. And she just smiles.
You have a flying horse.
You have a flying. You can visit me up in the clouds. Yes.
I mean, there's no better way to go, really, is there?
we can go on flying adventures. Yay! And she just gives you a big hug. We'll go to Tharion next. Is there anything you want to do?
Again, I presume at this point everyone is now through.
Everyone's through.
Okay, at that point he will now let himself mentally step down and just take stock and see how the courts are all assembled and seemingly unified in their relief at people having came back. Just allow himself a soft smile and just sort of decides to let everyone enjoy the moment and fade at the background a bit.
So Elandra walks over to you. Stem's conscious. He's very confused. I talked to Prince Dalby and he'll be moving into where you're staying. It made a bit more sense. And Jasmine will be moving into where we're staying. He holds your hand for a moment and then lets go quickly and says, "Is that inappropriate? I'm sorry."
Well, Tharion does have gloves on. Does she?
Her gloves got a bit tattered, so they're not too great at the minute. Her gloves, so I'd say pretty much no.
I don't think anyone's looking at this precise moment.
Isla Chestnut nudges you in the side and says, "Just kiss her, Tharion."
What the? Where did you come from?
You never saw me. And Iran just looks at her with a big smile and like just like a belly laugh.
I can orchestrate your downfall.
You wouldn't want to, because I just want to see you happy. And her happy. Don't make me get Jasminium involved.
Well, in any event, please do excuse me for now.
She rolls her eyes at you. Eldracus, we'll go to you. Is there anything you do next?
Nothing specifically. Just be with the family. I will actually look over to Cassida.
She's talking with her siblings and gives you a warm smile.
I'll return the smile, and I'll extract myself from the family just for a moment, and I'll walk up to her. And I will bow when I get there, and I will just say, "Thank you for everything."
It was not a trouble. I'm glad to have helped. Her sister Farinoll looks between you both and goes, "This the guy?" She goes, "Yes." Okay.
It is an honor to finally meet all of you.
Farinoll says, "Nice to meet you." And she looks to Cassidy and he says, "Lord Tharion Windgrace." I mean, sorry, not Lord Tharion Windgrace, I apologise. She says, "Lord Eldracus Farinoll." And she goes, "Lord Eldracus Farinoll. Huh, of the Farinoll family. Very nice."
At your service.
And her brother just stays kind of silent because he knows. He remembers everything that happened when he was under Vitorion's control, and he is just staying very kind of silent. As if maybe he got a message in his head from someone.
Okay. And I'll just say, I understand that it has been quite an ordeal, and I am relieved that you are all free of that horrible place and the conditions you found yourselves in. I will, of course, give you all time.
I'm glad your family are all safe.
Me too. And yours, of course. And I will bow once more as I depart. Please excuse me. And then I will be away. back to the family, and I will spend time with them listening to whatever it is that they want to say, because it's been so long that Eldracus has even heard their voice in like the flesh. His actual ears has heard them, and it's not just a memory. That even still, only recently that he's getting back, admittedly, but it's that actually there, and he's just going to stand and listen and be happy in the moment.
Then you all hear the voice of Queen Media Bloom. She advises you all that Duke Elnor, Queen Gigantia Woods, King Nerin Bloom, and herself have subdued Queen Nightflame, and she is now in the prison. She has asked that everyone there is invited to an evening buffet to celebrate the lives that have been saved. So, before you leave this place, is there anything that you are wanting to do? We'll start with Farida. Is there anything else you want to do?
I think I've spoken to people that I wanted to speak to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Tharion, what about yourself?
No, I think
else?
I've
You've
just tried to extract myself from the situation of being put under fire by my court for all the nice things I do for them. And I'm just making sure that everyone's, healthy and safe, really.
Prince Dalby walks over to you and just says, "Well done, Tharion."
Thank you, Your Grace.
Next to him, skips over, is Jasminium. "Thank you, Tharion."
You are very welcome, Your Grace.
She gives you a hug.
I can see I'm going to have to teach you some lessons in decorum again. And almost subconsciously, just sort of ruffles her hair a little bit, I think.
It is okay for people to hug as a thank you. And plus, you're practically family. And then she sticks her tongue out at you. Everyone who's there, give me a perception check.
Oh, my screen's froze. Oh, hang on. Perception.
Perception, yeah. Tharion and Eldracus, you hear a conversation which Lord Willows says to River Torrent, "You deserve someone who'll make you happy, and I'm not that person." She says, "I understand. I'm happy to break off our courtship, and as part of the agreement, she puts her hand on him and uses Greater Restoration, and that Tharion, because you got 24, you know this. You think he may have forgotten something, and now remembers it. Give me an insight to see if you can work out what it is. You think he may have forgotten some feelings he had, and that might have been why he gave you the engagement ring.
Okay.
And as you all make your way to your quarters, Farida, there is an extra bed in your room that's been put in there for Anya to stay in. And she's
Yay.
very happy. It's going to be like a sleepover.
Yay! We've got so much to talk about.
Yes, we do. You needed to fill me in on everything because I don't know anything. And she just gives you a little bit of a laugh. Lord Eldracus Farinoll, you and your family have been moved to their own dormitory, so you're no longer in one with the with Lord Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just in one with your happy family, who
Okay.
are all going to take their naps. Lord Tharion Windgrace, Jimmy's old room is now Earlstem Buttercups, as Jim will now be staying in a dormitory with his children. And you all get a long rest, which I've already given you, due to the exhaustion you've had from your battles. As you all awaken, you receive an invitation to this evening's festivities, the outside buffet and celebration of the lives you've saved, and that no one was actually lost. You also get a request to attend the grand trial for the following: Queen Nightflame, Prince Vitorin Nightflame, King Nightflame, Lady Ubera Bush, that is Thorena's mum, Queen Marigold Bellerose, Queen Saphria Pyros, that's Kogo's wife, Marigold Bellerose, that is Azalea's daddy uncle's wife. Yeah. King Oferis Woods, that's Poa's dad. Lord Maple, Baron Mulkadar Zaros, Tamar Onyx, Lord Iraq Osgar, Lord Rill Osgar, and Lady Beverly Irvine. The last three have been found since they left the prison. You've all been asked to give evidence, and it's up to you who you want to give evidence against. With the wards and contracts exposed for some of these, someone did find the contracts. It's up to you what you want to do with them, Eldracus.
Yes,
I did. You also have access to potentially more memories than you did before, if you do try and get any while you are sleeping. Tharion and Eldracus, as you only need 4 hours long rest. You get a little bit of time before Princess Farida awakens. So, Tharion, we'll start with you. Tharion, there is a letter there when you awaken requesting for you to visit Queen Media Bloom when you are free. However, you know where your heart is leading you. You knock on the girls' dormitory, and it's answered first by Princess Gisminium, who gives you a big hug and then grins and says, "I know you're only 50% here for me. Ellie, T is here to see you." What do you say to this?
I think I just wince at being referred to as T, as though I've been reduced to a hot beverage?
What? Don't you like your nickname?
Not really one that I've ever gotten used to.
She gives you a smile and skips off, and Landra comes to the door and says, "Hello, Tharion. What do you do next?"
My lady, I wanted to extend my thanks for your actions at the prison.
I had to make sure you were okay.
I know, just as I would have to ensure that you are too. You will be pleased to know that the Earl is recovering as well as can be expected.
That's good. I was wondering if at some point yourself and I will be asking Jimmy as well, would be okay to sit with him and answer any questions he has.
Of course. With all that aside, would you do me the honour of a stroll along the promenade after all of the unpleasantness is behind us?
I would love nothing more.
And for what might be perhaps the first time this whole campaign comes a very genuine, unrepressed smile on Tharion's face.
We have some time before tonight's festivities. Do you want to go for that walk now?
If my lady is free, then I can be too.
Do you offer your arm?
I do.
She takes it.
And away we go.
And then we move to Eldracus. When you awaken, you hear sounds that you haven't heard in a while. You hear your family in the common area of the dormitory. What do you do?
I'll go and see them.
You go through and see them, and your father gives you a handshake. You did well, my boy.
Thank you, Lord.
Your mother ushers you over to one of the black sofas. So, my son, tell me everything I've missed.
I will. I will spend however long it will take to bring Mum and whoever else is within earshot. I would imagine others would come and join once I get started of everything that has happened during their absence.
If you want to ask anyone to come and help tell them things, that you can reach out, but they will just happily listen to you.
I will. I will.
And you tell them everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your sister giggles at the part where you said that you drank a potion that made you strip off, and she goes, "What?"
I'll just shrug.
And okay,
It happens, apparently.
and she still likes you even though you were a bit weird towards her? Wow.
Yes. I did apologize profusely for that once I did come to my senses, and she has been gracious enough to overlook certain slights. But yes,
Your mother says, I look forward to getting to know her. You can
me too.
you can introduce me to her later.
Oh, I will. To all of you.
And then we will go to the. So you spend a couple of hours doing that, and Tharion, you take a couple of hours on your walk. Whatever is said between you is just between you two.
Right, a minute.
That'd be nice, yeah.
Are you going to, during this long walk with her, you already know she's told you before that she loves you. Do you say anything? Do you offer a courtship or anything? Or what happens on the walk?
I think I do, yes. If there is something she would be open towards, that is something that Tharion has wanted for the longest time.
Her eyes tear up with happiness, and she says, I humbly accept. And you deliver her back to the room. As you are starting to get close, you hear a voice inside the room says, Yes, finally! And you know it's Jasminium being the girl that you helped raise.
And just as I take Alandra back to the room, and I say, I look forward to seeing you at the buffet. Princess, a moment, please.
She comes out and goes,
I just kneel to get on the head level with her. Two things first and foremost. It is rude to detect thoughts without letting people know. Secondly, if you're going to do so, you can't react to what you hear. Am I understood?
I am, but I knew that you wouldn't mind because it's happy news.
Regardless, it is still an invasion of people's privacy. And
I
just,
know.
because it is just us in the corridor at that point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just Minium and Tharion just saying, it's about making sure you don't get caught.
I never normally do.
Then keep it that way.
Yes, Tharion.
Very good, Your Grace. It is good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
Just another warm smile crosses over his face. Now I had better go and see the High Queen. I imagine I've kept her waiting long enough.
Ooh, have fun. I hope you're not in trouble.
Me too. With that, I'll stand up and be on my way, knowing that I have perhaps self-indulgently kept her waiting. Then is perhaps longer than would normally be appropriate, but it's been a challenging time.
As you get to the Queen's office and knock politely at the door, she says, Enter. She smiles at you and says, Tharion, I'm hoping you can give me a debriefing of the events of the prison, as we must be impartial and not surprised by what is said tomorrow during the trial. We've spoken to Lord Saloche, Vitorion's former assistants, and the Tieflings. However, I wanted to speak to someone who is respected by all courts first, before asking anyone else, well, We have asked other people if they would like to give evidence, but I'd like to hear your account of what happened, if you don't mind.
Absolutely, Your Majesty. And Tharion, will recount from the very beginning and how it related to his original assignment to discover the truth of what had happened to it was Lady Chestnut, wasn't it?
Lady
Way
Chas,
back when.
what do
Way
you
back
mean?
when. The scandal that began this whole thing. My brain's letting me down on a Sunday afternoon.
It wouldn't have been Lady Oak, you mean?
Lady Oak, yes, of course, Lady Oak. My apologies. Yes,
And
and
Prince Locke.
how? Yes, and just trying to explain how I was attempting to reverse engineer what had happened there and how I came across this wider conspiracy, and all of the events and documents that had been uncovered throughout.
And in the prison?
Much the same, I would give her the exact lowdown of everything that happened within levels 3, but would stipulate that while I was attempting to get people out, I was unable to get direct view onto level 2 and level 1. However, there are others who were present and did see, which would include Alandra, which would include
Tago.
Tagore, which would include Azzy, and would include Eldracus.
And Farida. She
And
did make it to.
Frida made it to level 2, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. I will send missives to them as well to get their evidence, just so that I'm not faced with any curveballs. So, from what you saw, there was Victorian, Beverly, Tamar, and 5 tieflings.
This is correct. I have also subsequently been informed that there was some Dwegar in the second level also.
I understand, and a lot of very different to what we faced. She threw a lot of curveballs at us. It seems she's been making a lot of pacts.
So it would seem.
We faced quite a few things, from succubi to demi-liches. It was quite the ordeal.
Yes, I noticed that the area was somewhat engaged while we were occupied.
Yes. A lot of the remnants are still being cleaned from the fields. Once it's ready, then it's why I said this evening we'll have the party outside, because there's a lot of cleaning that needs to be done there.
I understand.
I also brought you here to make a request. If you...
Hi.
Hello. Tharion, we have a number of people who need to adjust to lives in courts. Some have been taught etiquette, whereas some may have forgotten or were never taught. We were hoping you'd agree to do etiquette and history boot camps for them to help them transition into courtly life. In some cases, due to how some people were born, they will have to choose which court they mainly stay in. Would you be interested in helping them?
It would be my honour to help to shape and guide the next generation.
Thank you. Jasmine will be one of the people who will be reattending etiquette classes as well.
I don't know if Detect Thoughts is on me anyway, shape or form, but it doesn't pass Tharion's face at all, I don't think. But his man goes, "Oh no."
She wouldn't use that, but let's not.
I'm just saying. I'm just being very, very direct. Just, oh boy, wish I was told that before I agreed.
She's gonna do an insight check.
Okay, sure. One moment. Oh, there's a plus 20. Fuck. Well, I mean, she only beat me by fucking 25. Where the fuck did she get a plus 20? Oh, you know, I'm not even going to question. She's got a fucking 30 stat and expertise, hasn't she?
She doesn't have 30 actually. What is insight? Insight is
I can see she's got a plus 20.
Yeah, she's proficient in it, and its insight is wisdom. Her wisdom is 22. With proficiency, it's given it plus 20.
Huh.
She'll have expertise in it as well.
She'll have expertise then, yeah. Right, okay. Yep, well, in any case, yes, that's the situation. Tharion's keeping very stoned face, but I don't know, maybe there's just like a little bead of sweat that just trickles down the back of his ear.
I thought I'd mention her because I know that you trained her previously.
Yes, indeed.
There'll also be some that I received a report that says Princess Anya punched someone, so she will also be attending.
I will do the best that I can to impart the knowledge I possess.
We have royals coming shortly as they want to attend for the trials tomorrow and the saved families. I assume you want to be part of the welcome party for King and Queen's Albie?
It seems appropriate.
Right, well, you best go get ready.
Yes, thank you, Your Grace. And I will deeply bow and
She nods her head.
shuffle my way to go to my quarters and quickly get changed into some clean robes.
Princess Farida, as you awaken, Anya is pacing. She's a bit on edge. She then opens the window and breathes the air in. She turns to you and says, "So sorry, sis, I didn't mean to wake you."
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm not used to fresh air and freedom of movement. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Well, if you need anything, you know you can always count on me to help.
I know, and thank you for letting me share your room.
Oh, I'm happy to have you here.
She
We've got sisterly things to do.
Yes! She hugs you, and then Arena bursts into your room and says, "Mum and Dad are coming to visit, and they're bringing the twins. We better put something else on. I'll work her out. You know what she's like, but I thought I'd let you two know first. Alto and Bayer have put some, the handmaidens have put some stuff out for all of us for ideas of what to wear since they kind of got the heads up.
So, Mummy and Daddy are coming to visit.
Yeah. And as you all get ready before they arrive, and you all kind of congregate in the main chamber, and Anya says, "So I have a lot of questions for all of you."
Okay.
First of all, Farida. Fairy boy.
Yes.
I saw him looking at you. That your boyfriend?
There's a lot of things to tell you about him.
Ooh. I
There's a
cannot.
little giggle and a little bit.
And Errol, you seem to have. Well, you got spun round by a elf guy, a buff elf guy. Yeah. Errol goes, yes. Okay. Arena. You didn't seem to go over to anyone, but I saw you making eyes at a certain high fae. And she just, there's a little bit of blush creeps upon her cheeks, and she goes, it's complicated. She goes, oh God, what's complicated? I have been away for ages in a prison. It's not complicated. She goes, I'll tell you about it later. Ugh.
I'll tell her that I'm engaged.
Show me the ring, show me the ring, show me the ring.
You're gonna love it.
And she
It's so
she
pretty.
will like clasp your hands and look at it and goes, it's so pretty. Wait, those are like the roses in your room. Did he make them for you?
He did. He
Okay,
did.
okay. I am gonna have a talk with him just because I haven't yet, and I assume them two have. Your boy, I'm gonna do the same, and if you don't get your boy, I will be having a talk with him. And Arena just looks like she's not too happy about this. Anya, now I remember what a whirlwind you are. And she goes, and don't you forget it. And then Eldracus.
Mhm.
There is a knock at your dormitory door. And when you open it, Kazada is there, and she goes, hi, Lord Eldracus Farinoll. I just wanted to see if there's anything your family needs. And she gives you a smile. You hear your sister in the background going, is that her? Bring her in.
It would appear that I'm requested to introduce you to the family, if you would care to indulge.
She takes a breath and goes, okay. Well, you've kind of met mine, so I'd be more than happy to. And she steps in, your sister, and Dora walks up to her and goes, hi, I'm Eldracus' sister. Nice to meet you, and thank you for helping save our family. She goes, oh, it was not a trouble. And your mum walks over to her, gives her a hug, and kind of just looks at her and says, it was. Don't belittle yourself. You did something amazing today. Thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts. And I can see by this look on my son's face and these stories that he has told us that he's quite fond of you. And she says, and I him. What do you do?
I'll just look at Cassadan and I'll go, she is correct. How long do we have until the celebration?
You've still got a bit of time because there's the Tharion and Frida have welcome parties to do, so you've got a good chunk of time because the prison break was on a morning. You had some nap. You had a nap and you got to kind of like, for you and Tharion, you probably slept till like, because it was 6. What time was it? It started about 6. So you probably would have got back by 9 o'clock, and you've had 4 hours from then. So you would have woken
Right, so
up.
we've got a few hours.
Yeah, you've got a few hours. You're fine.
And I'll just say to Cassara, I understand that there will be food and drink tonight. However, if you would be interested to perhaps break some bread, I would enjoy your company, and we can reflect on what has happened.
I would enjoy that very much.
Okay, and then we will clear out of there and go somewhere quiet, where we can get some just a light sort of meal, just a table over, even if because it's not that it's a breakfast.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If everybody's had kind of a nap, but just something to break that fast. Nothing heavy, just something light. Maybe a little bit to drink, a glass of wine perhaps, just somewhere quiet, just to enjoy each other's company. And while we are there together, I will try and steer the conversation to the results of what we have just done. So her family, my family, how they are doing, are they okay? Mine are okay, etc. And we will just focus on all of the positive things that have come from
Yeah.
the prison exploit.
She will say that Theron's adjusting better than Zevro, because Zevro's still... Victorian did a number on him, just as the Queen did to you. And he wasn't fully in control of himself when he did certain things. And he's starting to remember. She'll also tell you that he had to go visit the High Queen to give a statement.
Yes, I believe we all must at some point. But I'm sure he'll be all right, and I'm positive that no one will blame him for his actions. I certainly don't. He may blame himself, though.
The Queen has given him, the Tieflings and Victorian's assistants, pardons, as long as they give testimony against Victorian and Queen Nightflame.
Politics win out again.
I'm glad in this instance.
Me too. And we'll just continue to chat about the good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really have any sort of like ulterior motive or anything behind all of this.
Yeah.
Just to also get to know her more, and I'll then steer onto her and how she's doing with all of this, and we'll just stay there for as long as we kind of can before we know that we have to leave to get ready with the correct time that etiquette will allow.
You hear a voice in your head asking you to go to the
Queen's Chamber for a statement.
Not the Queen's Chamber. You're going to Princess
just
Mira's chamber.
Right, okay.
There's kind of a meeting for the Unseelies that are in attendance. So there's very few of you left, but this includes your family.
I'll reply that I will be on my way after a short errand, and I will escort Kazada. I'm being summoned, it would seem, and I will escort Kazada to wherever it is that she wishes to go, whether it's back to her place or whatever it is that she has planned. I will escort her there, and then I will go to the meeting.
She, as you head back to her humans dropping off at her quarters with the other female elves, she will say to you, "I've had a lovely time." And just as you attend, Lady Chestnut opens the door and says, "The king and queen are coming. Come on, we need to get you ready." "Oh, hello, Lord Farinoll." And she kind of gives you a curtsy.
Lady Chestnut, and I will give her a bow. I imagine that you would not need to do a great deal with Lady Khazada to make her exception. And I will
Ah,
just leave it at that, and then I will leave.
Tharion could learn a lot from you. Lady Chestnut will say.
I'll just smile, and then I'll just leave.
Tharion, as we'll go to you, as you stand in line with the other elves in attendance, you are between Elandra and Jasminium.
I am wearing, as my new art portrays, a lovely little ditty in white, red, and gold.
Can you post it in the server?
Sure, one sec.
Thank
Feel free
you.
to keep narrating while I navigate.
Thank you. The other dignitaries are there, such as Jimmy is there with his kids as well. And the king and queen get out of their carriage, and the queen rushes up to hug her daughter as the king hugs his son. The king then turns to you, Tharion, and says, "Tharion, thank you for organising and assisting with the rescue of my daughter and the other members of the courts."
I remain honoured to serve, Your Grace.
The queen turns to her husband and gives him a look. And the king says, "Tharion, as of this moment, for your services to all the Fae courts, we grant you the title of Duke. Henceforth, you will be known as Duke Tharion Windgrace."
I am honoured by your gratitude, Your Grace.
The queen turns to Elandra and takes her hands in hers. "My girl, you have been through so much, and although your marriage was annulled and the real Earl Buttercup was found, we believe you should still keep the title as Countess. However, there are no spare lands that we can give you. I believe a number of your friends may allow you to stay in their properties until you find a suitor. Unless you have found one." Elandra blushes a little bit and turns to look at you.
I believe that matter may be in hand, Your Grace.
She gives you a very warm smile and winks at Chestnut. "I assume you will take care of Elandra?"
It is my intention to do so with every breath that fills my lungs.
"Also, Tharion, I hear you spoke some sense into my son and Duke Aran."
Indeed, Your Grace. I believe I have managed to fulfill both of your requests with reference to the prince independently, as it would be.
"I can see that. Well done." And Jimmy pipes up, And I talk some sense into Tharion!
Ah, yes, he's here too.
She just laughs and says, "Well done, Jimmy." And that seems you didn't need a pep talk then. No, I was just turned into a T-Rex. A T-Rex? What happened in the prison? You'll both have well, all of you who are in the prison will need to regale us on what happened. A T-Rex. But Jimmy, I'm glad to see you with your family. It's about time. Thank you for helping deal with You don't have to say anything. You can thank your friend, Lord Duke Windgrace, for giving us a heads up on the matter. And Jimmy just kind of gives you a side hug and says, "Thanks, man."
You are welcome, Lord Hollywood.
Do you want to rephrase his title?
Lord Star, of course, the Hoy.
Is there anything else that you want to do with all of them there? Or do you just all head in?
Well, it certainly doesn't do to keep the royal family waiting, so we'll get them in.
You get them in. You are taken to a private dining hall to have lunch before the evening's festivities. It's just a very quick lunch. Cassidy's already eaten, so she's very polite and says, "I apologise, I've already eaten." And Lady Chestnut gives her a knowing look and she goes, "Yes, with Lord Farinoll." And Lady Chestnut just grins.
That saves me a spell slot.
Is there anything you do during the meal, or you tell Jimmy's telling stories from his side? Duke Aran said that he had to Duke Aran tells his story, and then at the end of it says, "And I had to get those two crazy kids through the portal." Pointing to you and Elandra.
I log that, and I will deal with him later.
Do you tell your story to the king and queen?
Only as requested. I mean, if they're already getting it from other angles anyway, there's no need to inundate them. If they want to know, they'll ask and I'll tell them. Straightforward. But other than that, I will not overshare, if that makes sense.
Yep. Elandra gives her account when asked. And the queen, you hear in your head, "I will ask you for your account later, if that's okay."
Of course, Your Grace.
I want to know everything. So will my husband.
I understand.
And then we go from you to Farida. You're in the line up. The daughters of King Tidal and Queen Aquafina are in line, oldest to youngest. So it goes Arena, Anya, you, and Arel. You're all holding hands, ready for them coming up. The other people in your court stand behind you as your parents arrive from the kind of teal carriage that has golden seashells on it. Your mother hugs Anya and then hugs each of you in turn. Your dad looks at you, all taking in the moment as their assistants bring a double stroller over with your baby brothers born cascading. Your father says, Arel, Farida, Arena, I'm so proud of you all. And your mum, I'm crying because of the hormones, that's the only reason. But I'm so happy, Anya, that you're back. Back home where you belong. Oh, my girl.
Do we have like a big group hug?
Yeah. And then do you want to hold one of your brothers?
Sure.
So he hands Bo over to Arena and Cascades over to you. Arel doesn't dare take hold of a baby. She's afraid of dropping one. And
Okay.
your mum's just looking at Anya taking her in and goes, are you okay? I'm doing better. It meant so lot that even before she arrived, the Arena reached out to me. She let me know what was going on and gave me some hope when she said that they were all coming.
Well,
And
guess it's gonna.
Anya says, I apologise for Duke Caspian's black eye. And she kind of stands very straight when she says that. Your mum looks at Duke Caspian and looks at Anya and says, what happened? Okay, so I apologise. I'm not adjusted to life outside the prison. I'd been informed by Arel that she once dated him and he had been hitting on Arena, and then he grabbed my ass, so I punched him, okay? Your dad gives him a glare and your mum lightly laughs and says, well, we will put this as water under the bridge. I apologise for hitting you. I apologise for grabbing you. Good.
How? So she's got one of the kids at the minute.
So you're holding one of them and Arena's holding the other one. Anya is not holding one of the kids. So it's just you and Arena. Arena hands Bo back. Do you hand Cascade back? Your little blonde brother. So as your dad goes, walks over to Caspian and says, I expect you to behave in front of my daughters. That behaviour is not allowed. I deem what she did fitting for you grabbing the ass of a princess. He says, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. Clearly you were not. Duke. And then your dad looks at you and says, is this the ring? And your mum quickly turns around and says, is that the ring?
Yes, look at it. It's so
And
pretty.
she looks at it and she's like, it matches your hair.
It's just perfect. I'm so excited.
She looks at your father and then turns to you. I had my reservations. at first due to incorrect facts about luck. I am happy for you both. And Arel, I look forward to meeting Aspen. Yes, Mum? Come on, tell me everything that happened. And they follow you into a private dining chamber where they will listen to your stories as well. And Irina says, and I had to make sure Farida left because he wanted to save everyone, even though everyone was on their way out.
Yeah. I didn't want to leave anybody in the trap, you know? You had to make sure everyone made it.
I'm so proud of you. All of you. Arel, I heard of all the good work you did on the other side, helping people. Arel nods. Yes, I was one of the healers in charge. I'm very proud.
We were a good team.
Your father says, once we are back home and settled, I will be making arrangements to get to know your suitors a bit better. I will may have private chats with them this evening. We shall see. It depends. I know Kogo is wanting to have a chat with me.
Really?
Him and I have been friends for years.
What would you be talking about?
Don't worry about it. Aquafina just shakes her head and laughs. He'll be getting the story from Kogo. He has a way of telling stories that amuses your father greatly.
I think I know which story this might be.
And as you all head in, you're already in the chamber. They listen to your stories. They are gripped to every word. You hear the babies cooing. And then we'll go to Lord Eldracus Farinoll.
Mm-hmm.
So you go into the main chamber of the remaining Night Flame family. Prince Malakath Nightflame, brother of the current queen, leads the proceedings. Thank you all for coming. As we can imagine, tomorrow's verdict will of course be a negative one for my younger sister. The rules as written is that the next queen must be the firstborn female. You see Mira grimace. Mira, my dear, that's exactly why you are the perfect person to rule. You have chosen wise judgment throughout this whole ordeal. A friend of yours has suggested to the courts to relax the rules on who the ruler can choose to marry. The rules have changed overnight, so you can choose your suitor, whoever it may be. Eldracus, give me an insight check.
Do you want it in the tower or
Make it public.
open?
It's DC, we'll say 15. You know who the friend is The friend of Mira who asked for the rules to be relaxed was Tharion.
Okay.
To the Farinoll family, I am truly sorry for what my sister did to you all. We hope to make amends with you all in due time. In the wake of everything that has happened, we are increasing your titles to counts and countesses. We will not be involved in choosing any courtly matches for any of you, unless you request to do so. Is there any questions you have?
I'll just stay quiet with this, and I'm just going to see what happens.
Mira looks to her uncle and says, I can marry who I choose. And he nods. Tharion, while this is going on, although you are seated currently with the High Elves, you get a message in your head that just says, thank you. And Mira says, and she looks at Nita and she knows Nita wouldn't want to roll. And she says, I will accept being the next queen. It will be my great honour. As for my suitor, I will pick Lady Ryro. And she just looks at Ryro, beaming. And Prince Malakath nods and says, very well. Your courtship can now be public. I believe congratulations in order, niece. Is there any courtships that need to be helped to be arranged, or any advice you seek from myself? Prince Malakath, you would remember, it was one of the senior advisors to the Queen. However, your mum would have told you at some point things got tense between them, and now she remembers that he disappeared. And you know where, because he was one of the people who was rescued. They have arranged some foods there, but of course you've already eaten.
I mean, we'll observe the pleasantries and all that sort of stuff, nibbles, and so it as not to insult or upset anyone, that sort of thing.
Lord Andreas Onyx bows and says, I apologise greatly for my brother's involvement in everything that happened. Malakath just nods and says, your brother is not you. You are not responsible for him. Whatever happens to Tamar will be decided tomorrow. Eldracus, did you encounter him in the prison at all?
Vitorin.
Tamar.
Or I did not personally know.
You actually, he was.
I was present, but I did not personally encounter him.
What about Vitorin?
Yes.
I hear it was you who brought him through the portal.
It was, but I will not take credit for others' actions. It was not I that brought him down to heal. I may have brought him over the threshold, but
I did not give the decisive blow, unfortunately.
Mira will turn and ask you, who did?
I can't remember his name. It was the Seta guy, wasn't it?
King Kogo.
Yeah. It was King Kogo.
She
He is
smiles.
to be commended for his actions.
Thank you. I shall thank him. She kind of gives a half laugh and says, I hear I have a couple of nieces and nephews to meet.
Indeed.
I will be going to see Lady Tharion Bush shortly. She looks to you. Would you be kind enough to escort me?
Of course.
Thank you. And Ryro says, I'll be coming too. Hey, they'll soon be my nieces and nephews. Nita takes a moment and says, I don't want to overwhelm her. I think 3 is enough. I will choose my time to meet them this evening before their bedtimes. We have...
As you wish.
Mira says, and 2 my half siblings aren't here. We're letting them acclimatize for a bit longer. Still weird thinking that we have half siblings. I will be discussing, well, Malakath, it might be worth you having a chat with them about what they want to do, but I believe from a letter I've had from my aunt is that they will all be attending classes with Duke Tharion Windgrace and about etiquette and history, and once they've completed they will be allowed to pick which court they stay in. I am hoping some of the Middle East will pick ours, but I guess we'll see. There are some that are half Satyr and some of them that are also Duke Elnor's. So... I'm just...
As always, I am at your service.
She looks at her uncle and says, permission to speak freely. He just gives her a look and that says, go on. My mum got around a lot, it seems, behind my father's back, unless I don't know what kind of relationship they had, but my gosh, finding out that I have multiple siblings that she used for batteries and nieces and nephews, it disgusts me. Nita puts her hand on her sister's shoulder and says, we are not like her. She became bitter and resentful. Just remember, we are not like her. And Mira nods. Malakath says, after the verdict is pronounced, we will be arranging your coronation, Mira. I know that there'll be certain dignitaries that we'll be asking before we leave this place. We already know what the verdict will be for her. It will not be good, so... I don't believe, from what your aunt says, it is not in bad taste to see Well, maybe wait till after the verdict and then you can send letters to whom you are wishing to attend your coronation. And she just nods. I'm very, very grateful to everyone who helped. I'm just so sorry for all those women he hurt and all the people he hurt. It's just... And looks at your family and says, I'm so sorry for what my mum did to all of you. And your mother looks at her and says, as your sister says, you are not to blame for what your mother chose to do. We do not blame you. And son, I am proud that despite everything you were put through, that you still brought back Vitorin's body.
I cannot say that it was easy. The temptation to slip with something sharp in hand did cross my mind. However, that is not justice or recompense. That would be vengeance. And vengeance, to me, does not solve anything. And it certainly would not right any of the wrongs that has been done to either my family or the numerous others that he has influenced and caused atrocities to.
Mira just nods. Well, looks like I don't have to keep up with my fake relationship with Tharion anymore. And she takes Ryro's hand and smiles at her sweetly.
I'll just smile and nod.
And your sister looks to Mira and says, I think Eldracus is bringing her date as well.
Indeed.
Ah, I assume Lady Kazida Saloche?
Correct. And I'll kind of half smile.
Mira will give you a half smile back. Malakath goes, excellent match.
Again, I'll just smile.
Malakath turns to look at Prince Shirkan, Mira, Anita's brother, who is the second born. He and Shirkan, please do spend some time with myself and Eldracus this evening just to learn. Of course, when you're not busy with Lady Saloche. I know that I have been luckily exempt from the etiquette classes. However, Shirkan does need to attend them. The Queen has sent out a list of everyone who will be attending them. It is extensive, and Duke Windgrace will have his work cut out for him, especially with some of them on the list. Mira just smiles and goes, I'm sure he'll be fine. And you all finish this meeting and you have 2 hours to get ready. We'll start with Farida. Is there anything you do before you start getting ready? Or do you just get ready with your sisters? Do you go see Locke or anything before then? Farida?
Hi, I'm back.
Hi.
Myself on mute while I was eating. Um, I don't know. I think they're probably just excited to see their parents and the little kitties and do all the family stuff.
You take your parents to your dormitory while you get ready. You've got the mirrors set up where your mum can get ready as well, and her dresses and stuff are brought in. Your father, though, is sticking with his armor because he refuses to dress up. You hear a knock at your door.
Okay. Who's gonna answer it? Me?
It's up to you. Do you let your maids answer it, or are you gonna answer it?
I'll go and answer the door. Why not?
Okay, you go answer it, and Locke is there and says, he hands you a rainbow flower and says, I didn't know if you wanted a fresh one to put in your hair for tonight.
Oh, you're such a sweet one. I will wear it tonight.
As soon as you say that and he hears the voices, your father walks over. The towering figure that he is. King Tidal.
Father, this is Locke.
I have met him before. Your Majesty. Seems we're always destined to be family. Just seems I was wrong at picking. I picked the wrong daughter, it seems. And he gives him a half smile. Aquafina walks over and says, Hello, Locke, and gives him a hug. And you can see that she's there to try and stop your father from saying anything, to make sure your father behaves. I look forward to getting to know you over the coming months due to your two's engagement. And you hear Daria in the background. I've already started brainstorming dresses for Farida.
She's a good one. She keeps me looking good.
Must be, and Aquafina says that it's an easy job for her to do. Now, Locke, my daughters are getting ready, and I'm very grateful for the gift. I also brought these for yourself. Oh, lovely! Thank you. Aqua-coloured roses. They are beautiful. Thank you, Locke. And King Tidal gives him a nod. I better get back. It's where I'm staying has gotten quite busy with the new arrivals. You'll remember, Farida, Locke has a lot of cousins that were rescued because Queen Bellerose got around. When she never found out about the king cheating, but she had been cheating herself.
Right. So he's going to be very busy then.
Yeah, so there's Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six, 7 people that have been added to where they're staying. So it's not quiet in where he's staying. He's like, this place is actually more peaceful, but I better get back. I have to keep an eye on Azzy. She's been going through a lot. Farida, you'll remember from the maze what happened to Lord Willows, that he forgot his feelings for her.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell Locke?
Yeah, I'll tell him. I'll tell him everything that I know about that.
That explains a lot. He was acting very strange and agreed to that courtship with River, but he's actually ended the courtship with River, which I'm gonna check in on my best friend, I think. He bows.
Just definitely make sure they're okay.
Yeah, I will. And you make sure Anya's okay, because I'm sure she'll have been through a lot.
Yeah.
Though she has very good lock-picking skills, I will say that. King Tidal goes, alarmed for a moment, then turns and says, Hey, don't give me that look. Mum's the one who taught me. And she goes, I taught all of them, apart just in case they ever got captured, okay? And King Tidal just rolls his eyes. And then we'll go from you to Tharion. Is there anything you do before the evening's festivities? You've got about 2 hours.
About 2 hours.
Mhm.
Okay. I think probably get changed again. Gotta be the belle of the ball. I don't think I have a lovely one in white and purple. So there we go. Switch into a white and purple evening. Other than that, I think if we have that time, probably to do what Alanda thought would be a good idea and just try and catch up Earl Buttercup on what the story is.
So, yourself, Alendra, and Jimmy all sit with him. All familiar faces to him. Not King. Prince Klaus Delby is asked to be there as well, just in case there's anything that he can help with. So you all sit there and answer his questions.
Yeah.
Last thing I remember is we just performed on stage. I went off stage and everything just went black. How many years was it? I believe it's in your notes, Tharion, for how many years ago that was.
Oh my goodness.
Because it'll be the last time you saw Alendra before the ball.
Let's have a look. I have a whole folder of stuff. It doesn't actually have a specified date on it in the law dump I have.
Doesn't it say how many years or anything?
No,
Thought it did.
no. No, it doesn't specify the number of years that are on there.
I think we agreed initially that it'd been about 10 years.
Sure.
So you've... What? He looks at Elandra and says, "You look so frail. What happened?" She takes a deep breath and explains that Victorian puppeted someone to pretend to be him. And she was gaslit into thinking that Tharion would be a bad match and he wouldn't support her career. And because the person pretended to be him, she trusted him. And ended up in a bad marriage where she had to protect herself from Victorian's advances. And she goes through everything that happened, and he's very shocked and disturbed by this and says, I'm so sorry. It's not your fault. What happened to you is horrible. He says, all I remember is his creepy eyes, and I don't even know what he did to me. And he looks at you, Tharion, and says, at least
I'm afraid the greatest comfort I can give to that statement is that you are not alone in your treatment from that person.
Prince Dalby explains that the Queen and Victorian kidnapped people for the Queen to use as batteries to make her more powerful. Elandra says the person who was controlled by Victorian is not at fault either, because it wasn't them. And when Victorian was taken down by King Kogo, that person was freed. So we're his human assistants. And he turns and asks you, how long did it take for you to find out something was wrong with Elandra?
Too long.
Let me guess. You had a respectful distance.
I did not wish to outstay my welcome.
Why didn't you reach out? I couldn't. He made sure of that. And her eyes start to well up, and she kind of takes a gulp and kind of forces it back. And Prince Dalby kind of just puts a hand on his shoulder. So my ex-wife, you remember her? Oh, that woman. Yeah, you were right. She bad person. We went through a horrible divorce. She took my kids off me. Got remarried to a crazy Afro fairy man who sold fairy dust on the black market. the High Queen have found them guilty, and I've been giving my kids back. You have kids? Yeah. I would love to meet them. And Jimmy just beams. Also, courting, Lunaria Nua. Oh. Well done. Yeah. Caught you. And then Jimmy just looks at you expectantly.
Expectant of what?
Any other courtships going on?
I just look at Alandra to gauge her reaction to this. Like,
And
yeah.
she beams and takes... Her hands are gloved, but she takes your hand and says, yes, Jimmy. Yeah! About time, you two. It's been too long. I've been waiting on the edge of my seat, waiting for this for years and years and years. And she just giggles. She's happy. He will ask you questions like, what happened to his father. Prince Delby told you that it was discovered that that a black dart went through the previous Earl Buttercup's heart, but they weren't able to find the killer. They now suspect that it was Vitorion's doing, and as part of the trial tomorrow, when he's forced to tell the truth, they are hoping to get that information out of him. And that the person pretending to be Stem took up the mantle of Earl. And Stem just nods and says, so I'm an Earl now. Yeah. Okay. And Prince Albie says, don't worry, we've got people who are going to help you adjust. Yeah, okay. Anything else you want to do in your 2 hours?
No, I think that is pretty intense as is.
Okay. Count Eldracus Farinoll now that you are all counts and countesses.
Mm-hmm.
You receive a letter from your aunt, Queen Media, who asks you to attend her office. Do you go straight to her?
Yeah.
Okay. Eldracus, please take a seat.
Thank you, Your Grace.
I was hoping you could tell me about what happened in the prison. I'm aware that you were there when both Vitorian and Tamar were taken down, and I've been told some of it by Duke Windgrace, so I would love to hear from you, Count Farinoll.
I will just explain everything that I saw, the works. I'm gonna leave nothing out.
So there were 2 T-Rexes, okay.
Yes. They were quite surprised when I first arrived there too, but it makes sense. If we continue to the end of this, I'll just continue, and who the were was Jimmy and etc.
Lord Iraq and Lord Rill have been apprehended. You'll be happy to know.
This is good news.
As has Lady Beverly. It is up to you about who you want to be a witness about in courts. We will need the list. I said the same to Tharion, and I will be saying the same to Farida when I see her, and Azalea and the others. I just want to make sure that we have the best defense we possibly can.
Whomever you wish me to witness, I will witness.
It has to be your own choice.
I would witness them all.
Thank you.
If it will help get Vitorin some justice.
I don't think you would. Do you show her the contracts that you found?
Well, these aren't signed by Vitorin, are they? These are signed by the Queen.
No, but do you still show her the contracts? Because this will be part of evidence that she will need.
Yes, absolutely. It's all part of everything.
Yep.
So yes, I will hand them over.
She has a good look at them. She reads them and sees her sister's name. She sees the one for Obera, the one for Marigolds, the one that her sister signed herself, and the one for Queen Saphria. Well, looks like some divorces are going to be granted for King Kogo. And King Vetch Bellerose as well. How's Mira doing?
She is as stoic as ever.
Did she accept?
I believe she did.
She takes a breath of fresh air. She just takes a breath and says, "That's good news." With all the evidence, my sister will be stripped of her title, and I look forward to Mira's coronation. That being said, have you thought of where you'll be staying?
I have not. I do have options, perhaps. No doubt you have heard that I am attempting to court Lady Kazada Saloche.
I have heard, and she just smiles at you. She's a lovely lady.
She is. And hopefully I will get to find out exactly how lovely she is as the future unfolds.
She gives you a warm smile and says, "Go get ready."
As your grace commands. And I will go and get ready.
Before you're due outside, Farida, you do get a letter to go visit the Queen for a chat. Do you go see her before you head out? Farida?
Oh, you're talking to me, sorry.
Yes. The Queen Media Bloom, the High Queen's asked for you to come visit her before you attend this evening.
Well, I better go then, eh?
Yep. Princess Farida, please take a seat. There's questions I need to ask you, and I know they're not going to make you very comfortable. They are to do with my nephew. Please, can you tell me about your experiences in the prison the first time and the second time?
Okay, so I just explain obviously that I don't have a lot of memories of it, but over time, obviously came back. I I've tell her about obviously the marks and things, I guess, that I've discovered.
Alandra had a similar one, and I remember it was my son who took it off you. I'm so sorry for all the hurt and pain he caused your family.
Well, hopefully he won't cause any more after the trial.
Just so you know, during the trial there will be a representative for the other side who will ask you questions. Everyone who is asked questions will be forced to will have to tell the truth. I know Victorian will try and weasel his way out of some questions, but there'll be some that he just can't.
Yeah. So just explain everything basically of, how we badly treated everybody, and
Do you mention the things that happened during the ball when he was what you saw and everything, and how he pursued you?
yes.
Yeah. She takes that all into account. One of the other people who will be on trial is a member of your court, Lady Beverly. We have found her. Would you be comfortable in giving evidence against her?
Yes.
Thank
She
you.
didn't behave very well, did she? Yeah.
No, she didn't. And I know that she made unwanted advances to Tharion. He did try and bully Lady Solocho as well.
He was very rude to everybody.
Right. So, anyway, I won't keep you any further. You better quickly head back, as I'm sure your date will be going to pick you up. And
Let's get back
Farida,
ready.
congratulations on your engagement.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, so you all get ready for the evening's buffet and dancing. It's up to you if you want to leave it there for tonight, because we're almost at 9, or if you want to keep going for a bit longer.
I don't mind.
I think it might be better to call it here because it's a good point to pick up for Jordie as well.
Okay,
Yeah, probably a good idea.
right, so we'll end it there then.